let's get into game number 2.
Let's get into game number 2. I like that.
Let's get into some draft here. Okay, so we got some Fearless draft looking around. We have the Taliyah and Azir both up and available. Okay. Technically, they could still both get banned, but I'm feeling like we leave one up.
There are 2 bans.
Like we leave
remaining.
2 up.
2 up. Ooh, just take the handshake. Which one would you rather have, the Azir or the
I love
side?
Taliyah. I love Taliyah. I go Taliyah every day, all day, every day. No question.
All day, every day.
But,
no Vi, but still all day, every day.
Yeah, you don't need to buy. I guess Pantheon's also banned, but there's plenty of other options.
Yeah.
Also, Taliyah, strong independent mid laner. Actually, as long as you get some sort of AD jungle, it's fine.
Okay, the Azir is taken off the table. Taliyah is still available. This almost feels like a dare from Dignitas to say lock it in, because you won't get that Azir handshake anymore if C9 won it. But you know what else is still available, Kobe?
So
do you know the win rate for this champion?
Galio then? Because the Gwen's already off the table. Galio is actually off the table too. Dang. Yeah. What's the next best into Rumble then? I guess it just has to be like an okay matchup.
Yeah, and best.
Because those are really like the main ones, I guess.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I mean, maybe you just go for a tank. Photon really was the only strength of Dignitas in that game 1, so I'd love to see him on something with more agency this time around. Does get counterpick this time around, but Dignitas instead going for the Wukong early here for Sheiden.
I guess Aurora Wukong is kind of good. You get some good flanks, some good dive pressure. Oh, nice! We do get our Yunara. Now the question is going to be, what is the support going to be with it? You mentioned the Renata that we saw, but Lulu also available. Lots of enchanter possibilities.
Janna, if there's a lot of dive on the enemy team. So far, I'm not seeing as much of that. You can stop the Skarner, which feels good, but we do still get the Taliyah from C9. I mean, these first 3 picks from C9 are crazy strong. I've seen all 3 of these be higher priority.
Skarner always pairs really nicely with Taliyah, because you're going to have so many synergies, moving people across rocks, slamming people into Taliyah ultimate, or just using your Skarner ult to hold them in place and then easily getting seismic shoves. Like, there's so much setup here. Skarner just provides so much CC to a Rumble and a Taliyah comp to set up, and so can that Skarner actually get in range and hold down the Yunara, though? Because Yunara, you get a lot of move speed off your E, and then you can pop your ultimate, which will reset your E, and then turn your E into a dash, and then you can get your dash as well. So and especially if you have an enchanter with you that's helping, peel and possibly speeding you up, then you can be kind of tricky.
And if you're at 3 items, that Skarner's health bar will go down very fast, surprisingly. Yunara does do a lot of damage. Also a lot of AoE damage in these team fights, so if C9 ever group up, that is where Dignitas are happiest. But with Ahri paired alongside the Yunara, I'm seeing more pick tool there, a lot of agency for this mid laner, so maybe some more CC to set up the Yunara, but I want to see these next 2 picks to really create space for Yunara and allow her to actually be the primary carry for this composition.
Okay, so they did ban out the Aurora dimension, and they also the Ornn. That is the other good one into Rumble, because you can just kind of, be a tank, build up some magic resistance, and be fine.
Oh!
Those are both. Okay, so there we go. We get something much spicier. Let's go. Photon.
Okay.
Dropping down the Kled here. This is a champion. We definitely got to see some pressure towards that side of the map then, because Kled can provide so much threat if you have, vision of enemy jungler, and if you can get some hovers to your side. So I guess an Ahri actually from mid lane is kind of decent, because you can threaten those roams up to that top side too. Kled ultimate plus a Wukong provides a pretty clear avenue for engage. So some interesting stuff here. We get a Kled onto the Rumble. Let's go.
And I'm hearing here from production, the last Kled was 2022. Top laner Jenkins played it in Spring Split. So it's been a couple of years since we last saw this champion in Tier 1 League of Legends for North America. I just looked up all the ability names. Bear Trap on a Rope, one of the best named abilities in the game. So that's going to be fun to say. But Lucian Alistar is the pairing here for C9. Not typically what I see with the Lucian. I think of the Braum, I think of the Nami, I think of the Melio. Alistar not always up there with it.
And Alistar is kind of the school of thought of the Braum-ish type of stuff there. Of course, both Alistar and Braum got some pretty hefty armor reductions on this patch. About 7 each, so it's going to be a bit squishier for them.
Okay, so we talked about Bard not necessarily fitting the Enchanter category. Yes, his W does give a little bit of healing and some move speed, which can be helpful for the Yunara, but this is not that traditional, you know, Lulu or Renata Glass that's going to really keep the Yunara safe.
Yeah, Bard is pretty good at forcing sums out of Taliyah. So Bard can oftentimes put, you know, some pressure there. It's pretty hard to keep track of Lucian. That guy is slippery and difficult as far as pinning him down, but we'll see how much roaming Isles gets to do. And Bard plus Yunara will be quite interesting. I guess the tunnels around the map here and having Kled mobility as well, being able to lead the charge and speed up the rest of your team, namely Sheiden here on the Wukong, to allow him to come engage with you. Could be fairly explosive.
It could be. It absolutely could be.
They're cooking all right, Kangas. They are cooking.
Let's see what Dignitas is cooking, if it's going to be solid or if it's going to crumble under C9. Because Yunara, without the tools necessarily that you expect around her, definitely creative for Dignitas. C9, meanwhile, power picks in the first 3, and they won game 1 already. So a single game win here marches them into a 4-0 start to the split. That would put them up there with FlyQuest, who, of course, the perennial rivals of C9 in the modern era of League.
Oh, yes, of course, right?
Perennial in the modern era, yeah.
Good.
A little modifier there. But first, they got to get through Dignitas, and Dignitas need 2 in a row if they want to pick up a series win here. Photon on the Kled, though, I want to go back to that one because that is, yes, Yunara is exciting. We've seen a few Yunara games globally, one here in the North yesterday, but Kled, that is going to be interesting. Maybe we'll get some more insight from Coach Rigby, who Raz caught up with earlier to talk about their new top laner.
How has the time between Split 2 and Split 3 been for you guys? You guys have had that roster change with Photon coming up topside. So, like, what has that, you know, in between Split been for you?
So, like, Photon, you know, like, throughout my career, I think I have been, like, really blessed with, like, being able to work with, like, one of the greatest tops, like, most of the greatest tops, like Keen, Huni, Impact, like, those type of players. And then Photon arriving, and then when I hear him talk inside the game or outside of the game, I hear those that I heard from, like, those great players before. So it's, like, a really nice addition to the team. And at the same time, you know, we're relatively, like, a rookie roster. Like, there's no, like, extremely old veteran who can, like, lead the atmosphere in type of situation, but him bringing in, like, those type of vibes or those type of, like, input is really helpful for the team. And then he came, like, a little bit late, but we've been, like, still working on with, like, a sub top and etc. And then yeah, we were just, like, ready to go on stage.
So far, Tomo using Yunara very well right here because Yunara's level 1 is super powerful just because the Q. Like, your Q is an amazing ability. Your other abilities, basic abilities, kind of suck. They're not very useful super early on.
Okay.
So level 1 is, like, super powerful. And so he stacks it up on the wave. Of course, they've got Bard into Alistar, and Alistar can't do very much either. So it's a good job there for the Dignitas bottom line to use their Bard Yunara lane very effectively, collecting the minions, getting harassment down, and pushing in. But I'm also very interested about the top side here, obviously with the Kled up there for Photon, and his jungler is actually pathing away from him. So Sheiden is pathing down to the bottom side to play towards Yunara, as is Blaber. And so it's kind of good for Kled to be left alone up there. Gets to play as aggressively as possible. We haven't gotten a lot of camera time up there, but one of the things with Kled, your W, your violent tendencies, your stabby, stab, stab, stab thing, for the first use of it, when you level it up, you get it. So Kleds will usually, like, hold the point and not put it in until they want to use it, so you don't, like, waste it on minions and stuff, and then you have to, like, wait for the timer to come back up.
I like
so
that little
that works for, like, the first usage. because then as soon as you level it, you can get it for your trade or whatever.
Sure. It didn't mean much here in this trade, as it looks like Thanatos does get the shove anyway, but always cool to keep your eyes on those little interactions right there. Meanwhile, bot side, it's revenge for Dignitas Kobe. In game 1, it was them in this situation, getting shoved in by C9, threatened by a dive. Let's see if Sheiden does look for anything hyper-aggressive down here. No, he's just going to go for a reset. So no mirrored dive from Dignitas' side this time around. They're just taking their range advantage to shove these waves in.
Yeah, pin back down bottom side, get your ward onto your Raptors, get your Scuttle Crab vision as well, and they complete the trifecta of vision with the Tri-Brush ward. So just going to be full second clears for both junglers. Pretty smooth, no time lost for either of them.
All right, we did a really good job so far, Kobe, of not talking about the Rumble blue side win rate thing. Do we want to talk about that now, or are we just going to glaze over it?
I mean, glaze over it. Well, you just brought it up.
Okay.
And yeah, you can go over it again if you want to explain what Freak.
High win rate
Freak
delta.
Posted, yeah. Freak posted a video on it.
Does it do much though? Bear trap on our up lands.
But the TLDR is that Rumble for many years has been much better on blue side than red side because of how the game checks the damage for both your Flame Spitter as well as your ultimate. And it would check the damage much more favorably for blue side. So you do more damage with blue side Rumble than red side Rumble.
Really good engage find here from Vulcan, punishing Isles positioning aggressively in that brush.
So that's a lot of HP, but should just be the reset there anyways, unless they want to lay a trap on the bottom side. But Yunara got her first recall off and did not go for the cull, which is pretty popular because the on-hit life does not get diminished when you pop your Q and you start spreading to stuff. But just going straight for the Vamp Scepter here into that Blade of the Rune King build, I assume, to go for the early Blade of the Rune King for the on-hit. Of course, Alistar and Skarner both will have high health pools. Skarner especially just rushes mostly raw health early on and doesn't even get armor too quickly.
Even the Rumble will be stacking a lot of that. So 3 targets here that will have high HP numbers. So I like that, and it's also what Jan went for last time around. Meanwhile, right now, Vulcan going back in onto Sheiden, stunned up. Keine jumping forward with a Spirit Rush, lands the Charm onto Blaber. Very tanky member, as Unraveled Earth from Loki will buy a lot of space for C9 to retreat. Isles now over the wall, has the portal to get back to safety, so he's just trying to get some vision down, keep C9 away from the Dragon. Dignitas have started it up, but the Hexdrake's actually slowing them down and allowing C9 to walk backboard. Flash from Keine for the Charm, not going to land, but the Equalizer. Thanatos grouped up with the rest of the team, so did Photon, as how he's in a 1v4. Sheiden jumping in as well. Photon finds so much space.
Kled!
First blood for the Kled. Dignitas' top laner just throws his body into the fray and picks up a kill.
Hey, Kled gets a kill. He's going to have to flash out. He lost Skarl, so he's a little bit slow. Does have to flash the seismic shove, but okay, we got our Kled in the LTA, and Kled is on the board.
What a roam from both top laners. This TP from Thanatos, Photon just walks down.
Yeah, we'll see how many minions he does miss, because Kled is down in minions at the moment, but so you'll see the mini-map right now. He's positioning up on the top side of mid lane. He pops his ultimate, so he comes in quickly, even with the Rumble ult getting popped there, and Alistar, Vulcan trying to lock up Keine on that Rumble ultimate to burn him down. It didn't matter, because right into the front line, Kled does not care about getting locked up. He got knocked off his mount and just backed right up. So he gets back up to top side, did use his teleport in the aftermath, so it is down still a decent amount of CS, but got that kill and is going to mount to 81 gold advantage.
Yeah, you know, now down 60, 46, just stop looking at it. Thanatos got to wait first, so he's going to catch that wave. Photon's going to answer the lane swap there, so Tomo and Isles are heading towards the top side of the map now. Bot laners are top laners are bot, and a small gold lead in favor of Dignitas currently.
We got a roam here from Bardio as well. See how deep Isles can place the vision. All right, well, that's pretty shallow, but gets a little bit, a little bit of vision there, prepping for the grubs. It's not a bad grub ward because they already have one over here towards the mid lane too. So it's a pretty decent grub ward here. They've got all the approach angles visible. Blaber drops his control though.
Ooh, helps Keine push in. Isles gets level 6 right now. Sheiden's level 6 as well. Blaber has his bot lane approaching from the top half of the map right now, and Weaver's Wall is going to cut off Dignitas. How hard does C9 want to engage here? The Bard Portal gets them out, and Dignitas disengage from the Grubs. But was it just a bait? They have the Tempered Fate. It lands in onto the jungler and one of the Grubs. Now Vulcan goes in for his own engage. Zven and Loki are free firing. They pale from Blaber, only lands onto one member, and he's taken out of the fight. Dignitas hold the line, take out the enemy jungler. Big health bar down as Tomo and Keine get culling out of Zven. Hexsplash splash from Vulcan. Does he find another engage? Not quite close enough to go for the headbutt pulverize combo. Isles over the wall. Thanatos is now grouped up as well. Here comes Photon. Charge in. Flash from Isles. Stuns up Loki. Over the wall, but the charge will follow. Photon is in there again. You just can't stop the Kled. Equalizer down onto all members of Dignitas, but the solo laner and Sheiden are chasing down Vulcan. Photon's in a 1v3 now, but the rest of the team's gonna try and bail him out. Ixal's inbound into the wall, taken out of the fight. Blaber's back up. C9 fighting back in a long scrap at the Grubs.
Oh, this is an exciting one for sure. The action continues. Blaber did a nice job charging that Kled into the wall, stunning him after he got knocked off his mount. And so Blaber's reward will be his second Grub as he returns for the prize.
And I mean, the fight lasted so long. It started at Grubs, ended down closer to C9's base.
And it lasted so long that Blaber is the one, I believe, who went down first.
I'm pretty sure.
So that's why he's able to join, because at the beginning, it's good focus from Dig on Blaber. So, you know, they actually do set it up with the Bard ult into the Bard stun here as well. And so they do a good job focusing down Blaber, and that's how they actually do get their early lead. But then, as they chase over the wall, the culling actually did a lot of value because the beginning of it hit Ahri and then the end of it also hit Tomo. But this Kled ult connecting and taking him over the wall, and then the bear trap on the rope, look how long it is, just barely is able to get the pullback on that bear trap to be able to get Loki as well. And Dignitas got very hyped up here, chasing the kill onto Vulcan, collecting that one as well. But then, as the end of the story results in Blaber still getting that Grub, you already know that's the case. Dragon is the next site for the fight here. Blaber's ult is back and available on Skarner.
Gold is dead even. Blaber's going to approach. He has Vulcan and Loki behind him. Tomo's kind of separated from the rest of Dignitas in the mid lane, but they got the objective. Dignitas with Smite from Bard. Tempered Fate lands, dodging out onto the Impale, and now can the Cyclone land from Sheiden. He gets stunned up immediately, but getting some damage onto Loki. It's traded back. Tomo now can free fire. Zven's got some tanks in front of him. The Lucian culling does damage. It does work. Now Tomo CC to oblivion, but he repositions. Zven taking damage. Sheiden doesn't have enough. C9 keep their AD carry alive. Dignitas will lose a couple of members. Isles could be one of them. Kill credit to Blaber. C9 win the fight.
Oh my goodness. What a scrap. And Blaber ends up with 4 kills on Skarner of all things in the end of it. That got down so low, but the frontline difference was huge. I mean, Cloud9 frontline is massive, and they just turn on Tomo. They burst down this Yunara, even through the barrier, and Tomo, I don't believe, is flashed.
Oh, Photon. Oh, the Hex Splash Gambit, Kobe. It gets so many top laners. Can he survive under the turret? Oh, Vulcan's just hanging it all, but he gets a remount. Oh, bear trap on a row, pulls back Thanatos. Sheiden's nearby. Photon lives.
Yeah, I don't think any chase down here, even with Bard rotating over, but Isles is going to try his best. Kled certainly makes things exciting.
Oh,
you know?
This game has been incredible, Kobe.
It's all about the gamble. Can you kill him before he remounts, you know? Are you going to be able to have enough burst damage there? But here's a look at it. Vulcan started out with a very good combo. It was Alistar combo into Seismic Shove from Loki, nicely done, and then charged into the wall. So Keine dying basically from 100 to 0 there at the beginning was really good from Cloud9. Of course, they had the counter kill, but Vulcan makes another play here with the flash onto Tomo, and that was huge. Zven got down. After that last Wukong auto was probably very close to single digits, but yeah, Zven very, very close there at the end. It was a good couple of initiations from Vulcan, though. He started all of them off. His first combo to set up the Seismic Shove, his second combo there onto Tomo to catch Tomo. So, I mean, there's a reason why people are fearful of Vulcan on Alistar. It's one of the support champions that people always recognize him for.
But I want to talk also, I know Bucio's gotten a lot of nods for his Bard play. Did you see Iles' Bard in that play? Hitting multiple Qs, setting up the ult to dodge the Impale. Iles has been playing this incredibly well. And also, the Grub fight aside as well. I mean, Iles has put his name in the hat as well for notable Bard supports for the support for Dignitas. C9, meanwhile, this is their updated stat here today. It started at 19-2, now 20-2, Kobe, versus teams below them in the standings.
And specifically, not FlyQuest. So they really have not lost many games at all to any team besides FlyQuest. So they are always pretty much, looking ahead to their matches versus FlyQuest. Of course, they do need to take care of business here versus Dignitas, but they've already got themselves a very nice lead and looking to compound that lead with a rotation over to the bottom side of the map. But Kaine's got a little bit of vision for himself. And he has a lot of dashes.
Oh, okay. Vulcan's actually going all the way around, has a Spirit Rush, and dodges away from the flick back. So Loki not going to find that seismic shove. Dignitas are making C9 work for it, is what I was about to say right there. This has not been a walk in the park for C9. Yes, the second half of game number 1 was a little more dominant, but especially this game, and they're going for more plays. Dignitas find another ultimate onto Thanatos. Baron Rowe pulls him back, and Sheiden will bop him down, and a shutdown goes over to Dignitas' jungler.
There you go. You get the Kled ult plus the Wukong ult, the guaranteed chase down, guaranteed engage. Okay, Kangas, if it's not a walk in the park, then what kind of walk has it been?
Oh, so we're still walking.
Or a jog, any type of movement, I guess. What type of journey is
Saunter downtown. How about that? You're dodging around, you're waiting at stoplights, you're kind of moving through the crowd.
A swaggy saunter,
yeah,
or like an angry?
I mean, they're still feeling good about themselves. They got their, the AirPods in. They're listening to some tunes.
Okay.
They're like at an iPod commercial. You ever seen those?
I like it.
Pedro Pascal was just in one of those. That's what I'm feeling from C9 right now.
Well, let's see if they
beautiful.
if they can use the Rift Herald as stylishly.
All right, let's see if Photon can live.
Yeah, that should be number 1.
Looking for the remount, and is just chain CC'd. He can't quite find it. The bird, he just gets it in time. You just can't keep this guy down.
Every Kled player I was supposed to remount right there. Oh!
They took it personally, as the next seismic shove will be enough. Photon does finally fall. Does he trade Vulcan? No. The ultimate available means that Vulcan does not fall.
Vulcan with several more consecutive combos into seismic shoves for Loki, setting him up. The race for the first tower, though, goes the way of Dignitas.
And that actually... Do I see that correctly on
That's some boots
Photon's
upgraded.
boots? That's some boots upgraded. Let's go Dignitas.
There you go, some shiny shoes. They may be down over 1,000 gold, but looking at second dragon for themselves, plus the boot upgrade possibilities here. So, as you said, it's not a walk.
It's not a walk. It's a saunter. Maybe a shuffle at this point. C9 are trying to get themselves back into a more comfortable position.
That's like
here.
For a dance competition,
Well, you can also shuffle through a crowd, right?
Okay.
Like you're going sideways.
How many pedals though? We're picking up a lot of pedals here at the end too. Every little bit counts, Kangas.
Every bit, exactly. It's still 2,000 gold lead for C9 though, so that's why we're still talking about them as if they're the ones in the driver's seat. But the fact Dignitas get that turret, get that dragon, means that they're not out of this game yet. What would you say? Okay, so I feel like you've taken issue with my saunter.
No, I liked it. I was just curious.
Okay.
I was just curious. I wanted you to paint me a little picture.
Now. Yeah.
Paint me an imaginary picture. I'm on your side. I agree.
Okay. All right.
It has definitely not been a walk in the park.
Yeah.
It's it's been more like a WWE match, and then somebody randomly jumps from the top rope here to go kill top lane with a Kled ult and a Wukong ult coming from the top rope.
You're not convincing anybody that you watch WWE. It's okay.
Yeah, that's okay. I don't.
Not everybody has to have taste. It's all right. Dignitas, gonna shout out SummerSlam. Dignitas currently have their bot laner in the mid lane right now, trying to control this access point. Dragon's not going to be up for a while. Nothing to fight for on the top side for a while either. 2 minutes until that Otacon, but an engage from C9 nonetheless. Impale in onto Isles. He's able to get away. Cully not long enough range as C9 are committing multiple members. They got Photon on the other side of the wall. Sheiden knocks back 2. Equalizer goes down, but it's only onto 1 member. Not going to block off the rest of Dignitas. Nobody falls on either side.
A lot of ultimates invested though. I guess Sheiden held on to his, but Isles is so low, he doesn't really count. Can he Bard ult to deny?
There it is. And the Herald will just go a little bit further. Wait a minute. Blaber's still in that. Somebody body... No, I guess you don't body block
for top tower.
Barely not able to make it. But now Blaber's caught out from the rest of the team, so Sheiden just jumps in onto him. Cannot get the Excel's impact through the wall. Bear trap on a rope gets a shutdown over to Sheiden. Dignitas punishing Blaber.
I like that. Sheiden pulls over Blaber. Excuse me. Let me see your license, buddy.
That wasn't walking. That was some,
let me see your
dubious
license,
driving
Blaber.
right there.
He's doesn't look good. That thing was expired.
Yep, Blaber tried to get on one of those city scooters and get around for that one.
Good job, Sheiden, keeping our streets clean. Pulls him over. Blaber sent back to jail.
Oh, gray screen for another
out.
5 seconds here. And now we're at the point where these timers, the objectives are starting to come up. Let's start taking inventory of what will be available for them. If Otacon's pulled right now, Zven won't have Flash. Thanatos won't have TP. So I guess Dignitas on the same side. You can say that for Tomo and Isles and Photon as well. So we'll see who's at more advantage if they want to go for that one right away. I have seen a surprising amount of teams actually pull the trigger on that Otacon very early so far on this split. Oh, are we getting a replay of this? Oh, no.
Yeah, we saw it. All right, we're gonna go for a hard left. Okay, where do we go? I don't know. Do I get out of here? Oh, I kind of want the tower damage. Should I escape or do I want tower damage? I kind of want tower damage. Oh no!
And then the fact he hit the lip on the wall.
The funniest thing is that Skarner then also, you're supposed to drive yourself, and he tried to drive himself with his E to get out of there after failing to drive the Rift Herald. So it's actually 2 strikes. 2 driving errors. Yeah. I guess his E.
The second one, that second ticket is
it's just
way
slow
more.
to start. It's just, that's why he got caught, you know.
Yeah.
He was not fast enough to get away from Sheiden.
The first one was a speeding ticket. The second one was a parking ticket. Let's put it that way. As a Blaber, we'll see if this is because of the pause. I highly doubt it here, but we do have a Pagoda pause right now. We'll be right back. Everybody stick around here. But that was a very funny moment to relive right before this moment here. We'll let you know once we have confirmation of what the pause is all about. In the meantime, Kobe, I have a couple of questions prepared for moments just like this on broadcast. Do you have something already that you would like to cover about the game, or?
No, hit me with these prepared questions.
All right, chat.
What does Kangas prepare for the Pagoda pause?
Twitch chat, I'm going to need your input on this as well, because I think this is something that is universal. Everybody should have experienced it at least once, so everybody should have an opinion on this. How many chuggas before you choo-choo?
The heck is a chugga?
How many chuggas before you choo-choo?
If you're saying chugga, choo-choo?
So you're a 2 chuggas?
Yeah.
You're a 2 chuggas man. Okay. I'm an 8 chuggas man. Chugga chugga, chugga chugga, chugga 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 choo-choo.
Well, that's just too many.
Well, but I mean, if you're trying to entertain a kid.
I think that is objectively too many.
Too many? Okay,
you need to choo-choo earlier, buddy. You need to choo-choo way earlier.
Most people are 2 or 4. I'm a little wacky. I'm a little out there. We'll see what Twitch chat says. Thankfully, we don't have to
Twitch chat is saying 3, 4 max.
3? No, you can't do an odd number. Ban them. Ban whoever says 3 or 5. I've seen a couple of those.
Don't ban them. Kangas is for sure wrong.
Well, okay, as long as it's an even number, I can at least agree. All right, here we go, though. We're back to live right now. C9 are pushing in the bottom turret, and they also have Otacon started up. Dignitas are not in a position to approach. Sheiden's even backing. Seems like Dignitas have no idea that Otacon's being started.
They're too busy going chugga, chugga, chugga.
Oh, they can hear us? Oh, no. Distracted.
At least they get their... Wait a second.
Yeah, the Tempered Fate to check, and it's too late. Yeah, I mean, Dignitas just caught unawares.
Okay, they're going to teleport in and still fight it, though. Fighting after the objective.
And after the Bard ult goes down already, flash forward from Blaber and Pale onto 2. C9 throwing everything at this engagement. Keine gets out. Sheiden with the re-engage. Zven still takes him down. The Monkey King has fallen. The Fox Lady as well. C9 with a double kill to Zven. Loki cleaning up Isles. Dignitas way too late on the engage, and C9 get the objective and the fight.
There are new, fresh petals that they've all picked up with their Otacon kill as well. And guess what? 20 seconds on the Dragons, so might as well stack another objective on top of your other objective. All of Dignitas will have respawned, and Keine does have teleports, but they did all use their ultimates and not looking like they're very combat effective at the moment. So we were coming out of a pause to get into the Otacon, and now we're going to join right after that was taken. It was Blaber with the double impale. Keine basically got just pushed out of the fight right at the beginning, and Vulcan flash bopped him with the stun auto from Alistar.
And it looks like it's not over here. Photon getting caught as they approached the Dragon. C9 did stick around like you had highlighted before the replay, so it goes from bad to worse for Dignitas. C9 now with almost a 5,000 gold lead as they're just running away with this game.
But what about Photon, though? Still has 66 gold. To the side
I was really thinking it was going to be like 1,000 when you mentioned that.
You're like, oh,
I was like, oh, wait, is he the...
I missed something?
Don't look... Okay, yep, Tomo goes down as well.
I remind you of last game, though. Photon was the only one with a gold lead as game number 1 as well.
Well, he just lost it, so thank you for cursing him, Kobe.
Yeah, well, you got to take advantage of it while it's there.
You do. Absolutely.
That is kind of the top laner life, though, you know? Just focus on yourself.
Focus on your improvement.
Yeah.
See if that works out for Photon here. As again, he has kind of been the bright spot, but I want to give the game from Dignitas' side, then go back to C9's side, because obviously they are in a commanding position, but that's 2 games in a row now, Kobe. Dignitas have just done a fairly questionable engage around this mid game that has given C9 a big lead. In game 1, it was the Realm Warp mid. There, it was this force at the Otacon.
You can use that sweep, emote right there you just saw on screen.
That would be applicable.
Because it's a 2-0 sweep, you know. Best of 3s can have sweeps.
Yes, yeah,
it's true.
Absolutely.
They're not as impressive as a best of 5 sweep.
It's more like a Swiffer, you know? It's like a
little short one. Loki, though.
Oh, okay, this could be a pick for Dignitas. Charm still available, and a shutdown for Dig. Good find from Sheiden and Keine.
Okay, there we go. Maybe not a sweep after all, Kangas.
They didn't like the cut of your jib there, Kobe.
What was the melded name that you came up with, by the way?
It was either
Kobgus
or Kangas.
All right, well,
somebody added us on
the first
Twitter.
thing you said sounded terrible.
Yeah, that did.
I think the second one, we wanted the second one,
I think
right?
Kangby was the other one that somebody added me, saying we could consider that.
Okay.
You don't like the fan submission?
I forget what the second thing you said, but the second one is the best.
Kangas.
Anyways, Cloud9, what's the next thing they're looking at? Probably Baron here. They are well funded, let's say, well funded. It's a full Infinity Edge discrepancy for Zven over Tomo.
That is exactly Infinity Edge.
So
Infinity Edge.
Zven, Mr. Moneybags over here on the Lucian is going to have double summoners and a full item advantage.
If you want to think about it this way, though, you know, the silver lining, if he has Infinity Edge in his inventory, technically Tomo has Finite Edge in his, because there's nothing there. Do we agree? Probably not. Zven getting engaged on right now by Dignitas. Tomo just chunked out of the fight to start things off, but they got Thanatos. Big shutdown picked up by Tomo as C9 are going to try and fight 4v5. How hard do they want to commit for this? No flash on Vulcan. Flash coming up soon for Blaber. He has the impale. Maybe he can be the engage.
So a finite edge just means you can measure it, and you can measure 1 kill. So honestly, do you
got the kill
connect the dots? You were kind of right there, I guess, in that particular stretch of time.
I love it when a plan comes together, Kobe. Genius. It just worked. It just worked.
Just the genius stuff right there. Dignitas, they get 1 kill for 0. Let's see. I guess it cost Tomo both summoner spells. That might be something that detracts. And he got the crit cloak out of it, which is not the best of fillers here. Obviously, he just didn't have enough money for anything better.
Yeah, he didn't get any waves outside of that because I think he just reset, got the 1 kill, and then goes back to base. So Tomo's still going to be farming up to try and catch up to Zven. Yes, that has been 2 plays back-to-back. You can say in favor of Dignitas. They find the pick on a Loki top side. They find the kill on the Thanatos mid. They're still not out of the weeds, man. C9 are still... You know, at this point, it might be a walk.
Well, okay, so they chopped down the gold lead, though.
Okay.
Only a little bit over 4K. It is still so hard when you're immediately looking at the potential to carry the fight of specifically Zven here. You know, with the full Infinity Edge and a bunch of extra crit he kind of matched crit cloaks after that last little fight, too. So Zven, definitely the one to watch here. Keep your eyes on for Cloud9. If Dignitas could assassinate him, you know, maybe like Bard forces some mobility out of the Lucian first, and then the Kled, Wukong, Ahri, like dive squad is able to take him out, maybe?
Ooh, but maybe it's Keine caught out instead. That's the Spear Rush away. That culling does insane damage with 3 items completed for Zven. Yeah, and again, with the plated steel cap on Zven as well, even the AD of Photon Sheiden going to be a little less reliable. So there's a potential, but it's going to be hard.
Yeah.
Started.
So Alistar is very good at denying smite fights, and Skarner himself also very good with Skarner ultimate here. So Cloud9 have plenty of tools.
Tempered Fate goes down. Isles had the smite available. He flashes away. 2 opportunities for Dignitas to try and steal this, but no Tempered Fate for the approach. Instead, they're going to just engage here onto Skarner, but a great equalizer from Thanatos buys so much space for C9. Impale onto 2. Flash out from Photon. Baron down. C9 getting the kill and the objective.
Thanatos set up the barbecue, and then Blaber was the cook there, and he just
he's got the flipper, he got the burgers on it.
He pulled them right back over. That Baron, by the way, with the different setups for Baron that we have nowadays, the one, this kind of runway one where you have that little alleyway is like the premier Rumble Baron.
Yeah.
You can just lay your Rumble ultimate through that little passageway, and then Blaber did his best to try and Skarner ult and pull them right back onto the cooker.
Give that man a chef hat. He's gonna be known for crabs and chefing it up. There we go. Right now, C9 pushing in another mid wave here as Dignitas do find a slight window right now. Vulcan does not have the ultimate available, no flash available either, so instead he just says, I'm going to go in, try and get that Aftershock proc, but Dignitas find the kill. No impale for Blaber means no re-engage from C9, but Thanatos is over the wall. Equalizer's about to come off cooldown. Blaber's in the thick of it here, taking a lot of damage. Tomo can free fire. Zven answering back onto Dig. Redemption heal means that Dig maybe can keep fighting this. C9 back away, Dragons up. If Dignitas could have found just one more kill there, that would have been huge for them to look for an approach.
Yeah, Cloud9 though, they'll just pick up Dragon number 3. They keep adding so many petals as well with the kills in this game, up to 35 petals for themselves. Let's take another look at the cook. So they delay the Baron, Isles throws his ult, but then he gets full comboed and has to flash over the wall. Then we look at the pull in here. Kled goes in, and Sheiden into the back of the pit. He's kind of looking at Baron, trying to positioning over to the other side. Blaber pulls them back towards the Rumble ultimate, but Photon's still able to flash over the top. But the key is they deleted Sheiden out of that. Take away the possibility of the smite flash.
And because Isles had to flash away, even though he had the smite. Yeah, great to hear from Blaber right there. Now here was the other look from Dignitas, kind of catching Vulcan out. Oh, Isles again with these Qs.
Yeah, into the charm, and then Vulcan is so deep that he decided to try and fight his way out.
Yeah.
Regardless, though, it is worth mentioning again, remember that the Spellbook Smites were nerfed, so they're not... Wait a second.
Okay, Keine actually caught out of position now, and that time it was Loki setting himself up. Vulcan following for the continuous engage. C9 get a pick on Dignitas' mid laner and still have the Baron buff to push in this top wave.
Yeah, they're going to get mid inhib plus top inhib and maybe go for the end. We're going to have to call Photon back here at some point so he can try and defend.
Dignitas will have 4 members. Right now it's only 3. Photon goes for the turret bot side, going to go for the back
quick about it.
Of the TP, but these turrets are falling now. Actually does TP in. Tempered Fate lands. Zven doing so much damage with Vulcan behind him. Sheiden jumping onto Vulcan, but just doesn't have the damage on his own. Photon goes in with the charge, but it's absorbed by Vulcan. Sheiden with another whirlwind. Zven does fall. Shut down to Sheiden. Dignitas holding the line for a few more seconds. They lose their last Nexus turret, but C9 still have health bars on Loki and Thanatos. The solo laners could be what they need to go for the end. Nice seismic shove on Isles right there, chunks him out a little bit more. Dignitas are going to have to try and find a way to hold the line.
Yeah, they are. I mean, deleting Zven is a very good place to start.
Oh, C9 are backing off. They don't want that smoke.
Yeah, not yet. They'll return for it later. Let's let the smoke dissipate.
They want to walk in the park a little longer, you know?
Take away all the jungle
experience.
camps. Take saunter through the jungle. Take away all these resources, and then return to the bottom side after taking both top and mid and hip. Pretty easy for them to just go straight on back to the bottom side to try and end it out there. 2.5 minutes left towards the dragon here to pop up. So well away from that, and I think they should be able to end the game. Not really concerned about dragons any longer in this game. We'll see if they go back towards the bottom side, but here's another look at it. Zven up there trying to get the culling down, and as soon as Photon got back up, he Kled ults on in, and Sheiden's able to get his flash engage to deliver the Keine. Bops him down, and they got the key member off of Cloud9, so that allowed them a little bit of time. They're not even going to go towards the bottom minion wave. They're just going to go straight into the base to end it. That Nexus is exposed. I don't believe those turrets have respawned yet, although sometimes they don't actually show up when they do respawn.
No flash on Tomo. Keep your eyes on the AD carry. Oh, Isles looks for the flash Q to start things off. Not quite able to land it. Sheiden now into the backline. Keine following up, but the positioning of C9 is too good. Zven gets to safety. Nice seismic shove from Loki will seal the fate of Dignitas. C9. Call it a stroll through downtown, call it a walk in the park, whatever you call it. It's a 2-0 for the boys in blue and a perfect start to LTA Split 3.